Andrew Wiggins has got to stop backpedaling. Podziemski is coming to help. Get up. Keep him out of the paint. Like, all you're doing is backpedaling and backpedaling and backpedaling. And now Conley cuts through. So now Anthony Edwards in the paint. Your help's going to have to come here from Kuminga because he can help and recover if his feet are set. Podziemski's got to stay with Conley. Like, you just let him back into the paint. Kuminga's nowhere in help right here. Podziemski's still helping. Conley's going to beat him backdoor, obviously. Open three. Klay Thompson's going to gamble here. Okay, whatever. The problem is Gary Payton II. Could we not stare at the ball? See both. See both. I mean, look at how long Gary Payton II is not seeing Anthony Edwards. That is stunning. If you're switching the handoff, please, first of all, Trayce Jackson-Davis, get your hands off Kyle Anderson giving the handoff. You got to be ready to guard. And Gary, this is a must. It's a must. Trayce Jackson-Davis cannot guard Anthony Edwards on the perimeter. I must get underneath Kyle Anderson if I'm Gary Payton II on the switch. So there's some help in the middle of the floor. I mean, first of all, look at Trayce Jackson-Davis. His hands is on Kyle Anderson. You're not ready to guard one-on-one. And Gary Payton II switching over the top. So this is a layup line. The Warriors keep switching. Do you work on this? Do you work on this? Podziemski, you're switching. I'm underneath Naz Reid, the screener. Underneath the screen. You switch over the top. Now you're off balance. Now Naz Reid's open for three. Jonathan Kuminga, who's not even in the frame. If you're trailing the play, find someone to guard. Like, you were trailing the play, getting back to the middle of nowhere as Naz Reid was trailing the play, and you're not there. This is coaching. Gary Payton II. I'm not guarding above the three-point line. I got to get in the gaps, especially with how the Warriors switch this screen. You're out past the three-point line. If my feet are set, I can stunt, recover. See, look how Trayce Jackson-Davis is going to have his hands on the screener right here. So he's giving Nickeil Alexander-Walker the middle of the floor. So look at this. We need gap help. And Gary Payton II's out past the three-point line. And now he's trying to get in the gaps late. Well, you're late. Andrew Wiggins again. It's the same thing that happened earlier on. Steph Curry's coming over to the elbow to help. Please get up and guard Anthony Edwards. Get up. Force him into help. Like, you're just playing off so he can get in the paint if he wants to again, or he can do that. Warriors are trying to trap, so you have to do something about this down screen. Klay Thompson has to switch this down screen. Like, you don't guard this down screen at all. Wiggins gets screened, you do nothing. So how are you going to trap? Like, I'm supposed to be up, no airspace between Anthony Edwards and the two defenders trapping. But Wiggins was screened. So he's late getting over. This isn't a trap. It's just Anthony Edwards going one-on-one, getting in the lane, and now all these skip passes are available. Warriors are playing up on the screen. What is Jonathan Kuminga doing? I got to get up the line and backside help. The pass to Gobert can't get made. And then look at this. Up the line. And then I'm easily able to recover to Naz Reid. Why are you standing at the block? This is not defense. There's literally no other result that could possibly happen on this play. Trayce Jackson-Davis has got to get up and hedge. Push Mike Conley out. There's no place for Gobert to roll to. Kuminga's standing and waiting in backside help. You're running drop coverage and giving Mike Conley the lane. What exactly else was going to happen here? Like, what other result would you give up a 2-on-1? Is happening here in transition. Trayce Jackson-Davis is clearly communicating that he's going to take Jaden McDaniels. So what is the problem with Klay Thompson then? Stay up with Anthony Edwards. Where is Klay Thompson? What? Gary Payton II is icing the screen. Did you work on this? You go into ice. Draymond Green's got to get underneath Anthony Edwards. You keep him to the sidelines. Gary Payton II's icing the screen. There's no one underneath Anthony Edwards right now. Right to the rim. Layup line. Draw help. It's the easiest backdoor cut of all time, and it's coaching. Gary Payton II. I'm never guarding above the three-point line away from the ball. I'm underneath the three-point line, back to the baseline, seeing ball, seeing man, pointers out. Look at Gary Payton II. You're guarding out past the three-point line. Your back is to the sideline. Obviously getting beat backdoor. That's coaching. I mean, how poorly coached can the Warriors possibly... Is this a parody? Chris Paul and Andrew Wiggins. Can we see both ball and man? You have multiple Warriors, Chris Paul, Andrew Wiggins, both not even seeing what's going on with who they're guarding. Communicate in transition. First of all, it'd be nice if Klay Thompson would sprint back and actually try and guard someone. He's jogging. But here's the problem here. Like, Podziemski's obviously taking wherever the ball goes to. So if this shovel pass gets made, Chris Paul's going to take Monty Morris. Podziemski goes to Conley. But you got to say something. I mean, Podziemski, two players going to Conley, wide open three. This again just goes beyond the pale. No Klay Thompson. You're back to the baseline. How Klay Thompson's not in the gaps here is unbelievable. Look at this. Look at Klay Thompson. There should be no place for Kyle Anderson to go to. Look at it. You are actively making sure that you're not in the gaps here. How are you not getting that dribble picked up? Stunt recover. I mean, that is a special amount of awful coaching. You just wonder, like, do the Warriors work on this ever? This is just awful. Okay, you're switching this screen at the elbow. I've got to immediately be getting underneath and battling for position with Gobert on the switch. How are you switching this over the top and easily getting sealed? Brandon Podziemski in transition, just guard the ball. You've got help coming back with Wiggins and Klay Thompson. They should be communicating that they're in help, but just guard the ball. Why do you have to just guard? You've got help. Instead, you got to gamble. Klay Thompson does everything wrong here. Where's your help coverages? Towards the middle of the floor. So you're closing out away from any help. So Kyle Anderson's getting right to the rim. Now he misses, luckily. So could we box out now? Like, you're not going to box. That can't happen either. Chris Paul, this is everything you can't do in transition. Get back. Any motion towards the ball is gambling, and you just took yourself out of the play, and now Minnesota's got numbers. On this handoff right here, this is Gary Payton II. You got to take a step back to let Klay Thompson through. That's how you guard a handoff if you're not switching. Gary Payton II, you're basically screening Klay Thompson right now. So on this ball screen, which should be icing here, getting up and forcing Mike Conley to the sidelines, there's no place for Gobert to roll to. You can't do that because Klay Thompson's 10 steps from Mike Conley. So now we're in this defense where it's just guaranteed lob. The switch is terrible as usual. Why is Draymond Green underneath the three-point line? Get up and ready to guard. Kuminga, get underneath, and your help's in the middle of the floor. I still have Klay Thompson. So Draymond Green's not even kind of ready to guard right now. Not even kind of. So Gary Payton II, this has to be your help from the corner because you can stunt and recover the ball if your feet are set. If you force the help to come from the rim like this, who's boxing out now? This is exactly why this is coaching. You must jam the screener. Using your body, showing your hands. I've got to give Kuminga a clear path to get under. When you don't jam the screener like this, look at how far under he's got to go. Like, wide open. It's just so disrespectful. It's so disheartening. Rotate to the ball. I'm not guarding out past the three-point line for no reason. Get to the wing with your back to the baseline. Look at Steph Curry. Your back is to the ball. I'm just at the top of the key right there. The stunt, recover. Easy. But this is Steve Kerr's nonsense.